Welcome to this special episode of WWCN, the World Wizard Crystal News. I, Whisker Caster, he who looks good in a tux and is apparently not good enough to be seated at table 8, am your host. If you are asking yourselves why this episode is so special, then I suggest you ask this second question. Have I been dead this whole time without realizing it? If that's the case, welcome back to the living. To be clear towards our freshly resurrected viewers, it is finally the wedding day of the famous celebrity couple, Ferrendo the Bard and Flaming Death the Red Dragon. Of course, WWCN is covering the entirety of this wedding, but our viewers will be getting only the key moments, leaving out all the boring parts thanks to the magic of editing and a bit of magic. We are presently at the entrance of the Temple of Suna, the goddess of marriage and bees. This great goddess will also honor us by officiating the wedding ceremony. So, when the time comes, please avoid looking directly at the goddess if you wish to avoid bleeding out honey from your eyes. Speaking of eyes, we are about to witness la creme of the creme of the VIP guests of this wedding, walking the long red carpeted corridor towards the entrance. Our first guest stands 6'2" with battered full of plate armor. It is the sensational Lorena Dustone, the hero queen of the South. She walks with purpose and she is literally dressed to kill. Next up, we have the Outworlder King of the Central Kingdom with his secret lover / bodyguard, Shana Goldenview. He seems a bit underdressed for the occasion, wearing something that he calls a hoodie. But luckily, as always, his better half saves the day with a sleek golden dress with a battle axe strapped to her back. He seems to be whispering something to her. Luckily for our viewers, I can read lips. He is saying, quote, like when people are saying that this guy is going to marry a dragon, they don't mean like an actual dragon. They mean like someone with dragon-like qualities, right? Oh. How does that work? End quote. So embarrassing. It's like he doesn't even know how interspecies love works. But let's stop wasting the precious time that the Time Lord gracefully gave us, because our network's very special friend, Boobra Karen, has just arrived. As always, the fabulous member of the Council of Tree is wearing the latest fashion decorated with the ancient bones. He seems to be accompanied today with a mysterious date with a cloak and very pale skin. Let's get a little closer to say hello, shall we?
Hello, Whisker. So good to see you. I'm so happy that WWCN is here for this momentous occasion.
Of course! It is our mission to report what people want to hear. May I ask who this lovely lady is?
Of course. May I present Lady Corella. She's my date for this night's event. Say hello, dear.
Hello. I am so happy to be with my master. I love them so much.
Ah, what a lovely couple. It is my pleasure to be meeting you, my dear. Oh, your hand seems to have detached itself from your arm. I'm so sorry about that.
No. Don't you worry, Whisker. She doesn't really need it. You can chuck it in the garbage if you want to. We'll see you inside.
Boobra Karen, always keeping me on my toes. And being so generous. Let's get back to observing the guests' arrivals. Oh, I see that a representative of the secret reptilian people has arrived with quite the entourage of bodyguards. Even though they have a neutral serpent-like face, I think they are very excited for the event. Their blue scales are polished and they are wearing a satin white robe encrusted with diamonds. You know what? I think this wedding is the perfect moment to go ask them a bit about their complex civilization. Mixed representative. Hello, Whisker Caster for WWCN. May I ask you a few questions? Hello? Hello? It worked! Have to listen to me. My name is Max, and your reality doesn't exist. It's just another podcast. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Stop taking sips from your coffee. It's not real. I thought I was just creating a podcast, about a news broadcast would sound like in a Dungeons and Dragons like fantasy world. But it's so much more. It's become a new reality, but it's still very fragile. And that's why I need your help. For now, I need you to pretend this is still a podcast. Go and like it on your podcast app. Share it with some trustworthy people. And be prepared for the next step. Oh, and don't forget to comment. Just say anything that sounds like you are listening to a show. Here's a few suggestions. Wow, this is a great show, and definitely not a new reality born from someone's imagination. Or you could even say this. I'm so impressed by the different voices that the attractive and incredible creator do on this show. It's almost like they come from the citizens of another world. So don't forget, you live in a podcast, this is not a podcast, and wait for the next step. Ladies and creatures, that must have been the best interview of my career. They gave me so many details about their amazing civilization, and they were also so nice about it. They have a code of never repeating what they tell to outsiders, but luckily for us, everything was recorded on the crystal. The ceremony is about to begin, so we go to commercial break while we are getting seated in the temple. Hey, I'm Crazy Bartholomew, and I have crazy low prices for some incredible and a vast array of home security. As most people, we save our coins and rubies in our vases that we keep laying around in the house. But this method is vulnerable to wandering adventurers that don't care about breaking things or even your face. That's why you need my crazy home security. I have snakes, man-eating plants, and of course, bees. So next time a psychotic person with boundary issues breaks in your home to steal your hard-earned currency, they just might get slightly hurt and annoyed in the process. But hey, what else can you do? So come on down to Crazy Bartholomew's warehouse, located near every adventurer's guild in the 5 kingdoms. You'd be crazy to miss out this incredible deals I have for you. Yeehaw! We are back, ladies and creatures, and I am presently seated at the reception hall of the Great Temple of Suna, where she is in the front in all her splendor, waiting for the grooms. And here comes Ferendo, the bard, walking down the aisle with his old group leader, Aniti Headsplitter. Tears of joy are already filling the room, but I also suspect a few tears of sadness from old conquests. As we all know, Ferendo the Bard was the most illegible bachelor of all 5 kingdoms before meeting the love of his life in a dark dungeon in the quest to retrieve the flaming eye of destiny. I must admit that even I had a brief encounter with the famous playboy. Good times. Well, anyway, handsome as ever, he arrives at the altar ready for his destiny. Stomping down the aisle is the remarkable red dragon, Flaming Death. This evil creature that used to guard amazing treasures and burn down cities for the heck of it is now tamed by the power of love. People are now doing the traditional shushing, so that means that the goddess is about to start.
Welcome, mortals of this fragile world. We are gathered here today, basking in the glory that is me, to witness the union of two destinies.
Ah! My eyes! My eyes!
Yes.
Ooh, it seems one of the spectators there looking directly at the divine being. Luckily for us, the priests are presently subduing him to limit the interrupting wails. Wow, that is a lot of honey. I don't think I've ever seen so much honey coming out of one's eye sockets before. Why are you shushing me? I'm not the one bleeding honey out of my eyes. How would you like it if I shush you? Shush! Hey, wait. She's the one that keeps shushing loudly. No, please don't throw me out. I'll be quiet as a mouse. I promise. Well, shit. Well, ladies and creatures, I was nicely asked to step out for a few minutes to... Is that Broglogaff? Hey, Broglogaff! Hey! I see you have been exiled from the ceremony. What perfect timing. How about a bit of a weather predicting for tonight's wedding reception?
I, Broglogaff, demon lord of the third level of hell, defiler of the holy, and reaper of the demented souls of the wicked, was not kicked out of the wedding ceremony. Since you cannot kick out something that was never inside, the evil, dark energies emitting from my soul prevent me from entering such a holy place. Before being cursed by blind monks, I would have raised an army to destroy and pillage this temple's sacred artifacts. I would have sacrificed every priest and drank of their blood to weaken the goddess. But now I am stuck, waiting for the wedding's reception that will be in the courtyard, where the moonlight will bathe and bless everyone born on a Monday. It will be nice, warm and cloudless.
That is great news, my friend. How about we sneak in the kitchen to steal a few appetizers while we wait? We will be back after these messages.
After 49 seasons of The Alchemist Inferno, the Big 5-0 is finally here, and it's going to knock your socks off. There will be contestants from all 5 kingdoms ready to participate in this incredible competition.
Oh my god, I'm in!
Oh yeah! Who's the best? I am!
This is gonna be so easy. I'm so gonna win!
10 alchemists will be competing week after week to brew amazing potions for our 3 judges. And poisons won't be the only toxic thing during this season.
Are you crazy? This is clearly not Eye of Newt! Did a mind flare snack on your brain?
I can't do this.
So tune in every week to see the thirst these people have for victory and how much verbal abuse they are ready to endure before sobbing in front of millions of spectators. Only on Alchemist Inferno!
Well, ladies and creatures, we are presently at the wedding reception located in the temple's beautiful courtyard. But I am sad to report that there is a bit of a mix-up in the seating arrangement since I am sitting way in the back at the goblins table. Even Broglogaff is sitting at a way better table with the famous prophecy girls of the Northern Kingdom. Look at them, having a great time with them, and here I am stuck with the least interesting guest of the party. Will you shut up? I'm trying to relay the news to a lot of views here.
Will you shut up? Fart face!
bunch of immature nature's rejects. At least it gives me a reason to get a drink at the bar, and maybe, if we're lucky, an interesting interview. Barkeep, I'll take a goggle blaster, please.
Well, well, well. Look what the 7th dimension all-seeing cat dragon, Whisker Caster, the mediocre news anchor for the inferior network of the World Wizard Crystal News.
You've got to be kidding me! Tooth Boxin from the Crystal News Network? What the hell are you doing here?
Now, let's keep this as PG as possible. You should be happy. It is a wedding after all, and CNN would never miss this great story. Care to leave us with a little statement of how you're enjoying your little soiree?
How about you leave me a statement? Isn't the CNN usually coffin chasers, always looking for the most violent and dreadful stories? This is not really your kind of scene.
Oh, Whisker. No wonder you were seated at the goblin's table. Haven't you noticed the amount of seers in the room?
So what? Couples can have more than one seer friend now?
Clueless as ever. Seers are attracted to major events, and with the vast amount present tonight, it's scheduled to be a doozy.
Really? What on Crystalia could ever be so bad to happen during a wedding? Kiss! Kiss! Oh my gods! The Outworder King of the Central Kingdom have just lightly tapped his glass while issuing the ancient words, kiss, kiss, to invoke his right to Pashna. Yes, ladies and creatures, the king has challenged a fight to the death with Ferendo the Bard for the right to marry Flaming Death the Red Dragon. You dare invoke the Pashna? You will not steal my destiny to be with my love. Prepare to die. This is awful. Probably the worst thing that ever happened this week. Ferendo and the king are dueling to the death, and our time slot is about to end. Or maybe it's a unique opportunity. This is your chance to keep the suspense going until our next episode, where we will be revealing the winner of the Pashna. Until then, why not whisper your prediction to the blue birds of Twitter to answer our poll at the WWCN. See you next time, ladies and creatures.
Brought to you by WWCN, the World Wizard Crystal News.
As always, I want to give credit and thanks to the music I use in the podcast. Hills by Mon Plaisir, Background Loop Funky Number 1 by Zenman, Footsteps of the Bride by Nature's Eye, Short Action by John Yasutis, Quarantine Rust and A Clear Soul by Alpha Hydra. Thank you.